Hey y'all, hello, welcome to the Tales of Initiative channel. My name is Matt, I'm your host for Tabletop Test Kitchen, and we are rocking and rolling with some Flabbergasted action this evening. The combatless comedic game set in the 1920s. But before we get into it, I have some homework to take care of. Let me talk about. Hang on, let me get my glasses on for this so I can make sure that I'm reading everything clearly here. But first off, we've got our sponsors, which I will ping in our chat right now. Hopefully I have the link right, but there we go. So into the AM for sick graphic tees. Of course, GameStop as your stop for your top games. Day 20 for TTRPG content and supplies. Level 1 Gamers for merch and swag. And LoreLink, which is an organizational tool that I've been loving to put some level of order into the chaos that is my planning for games. I actually used it to plan this very game. Additionally, if you're interested in being a part of the Tales of Initiative community, we've got a Discord, as well as a Patreon if you want to support the channel. And here's a little sneak peek at the upcoming schedule. Tomorrow, Sunset on the Seas, GM'd by Haley. The crew are heading to Snowtide Island in search of the Snowland Strider. And on Monday, Tales Does Tales returns, as does Total Party Chaos. So make sure y'all tune in. Now, of course, I also have to give a big thanks, as Matt, to the Wanderer's Tome for giving me access to Mystified, the expansion, before it's fully released. So we'll just keep that secret between you, me, and my players here. But no, we're rocking and rolling. But big thank you to them because this is my favorite game. Now, let's get into it. My wonderful cast. We will start things off with Anna, with Joel on deck. But please tell the wonderful audience your name, your pronouns, where people can find you, and then your character name, character pronouns, and a quick little blurb about your character. Let's get things started with Anna.
Absolutely. I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. My pronouns are she, her. I am a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG performer, producer, and podcaster. You can find me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Archival Dust Bunny. You can also find me on shows like Bloom and Blight, A Girl by Moonlight podcast. You can find Logan on as well. It's amazing. You should check it out. But today, I am playing Rose Cardinal, who is an explorer from the secret expansion that Matt mentioned. But she's a cartographer who works for Spearhouse Illustrated, specifically the Cartography and Travel Division. And she travels around the world seeing weird and unique places and makes the maps of them. She's not very artistic. She does more of the technical drawings, but it's a very important part of map making.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being willing to be a part of this, Anna. Let's jump over to Joel with Logan on deck.
Hello, I am Joel. I use any pronouns, and I am staff over at Altered Echo Archives. We do a bunch of Cypher System games. Recently, we finished our kind of like our first big campaign, which was super exciting. The first time I've ever finished a campaign in all of my years of TTRPG, so that was exciting. Outside of that, I'm a writer. I write, or I tell people that I write, and then I procrastinate it greatly because writing is hard. Today, though, I am playing El Brillante, which is just a lady that is rich. That is her character trait, and also her character flaw. I got you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joel. Let's kick it over to Logan, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Logan, also known as Logan the GM. You can catch me on the internet mostly on that handle. I use he/him pronouns. You can catch me, like Anna said, on the Girl by Moonlight game of Bloom and Blight. I play a very angry wolf cybernetic boy who I affectionately refer to as Twink Vegeta. Additionally, yes.
It's so accurate.
Hell yeah.
It's so true. He's so angry, and he's so like he's just annoyingly pretty sometimes in my head, in where all the love and dreams live. But you can also catch me as a member of Apochromatic Unlimited, which is an all POC TTRPG collective where we help raise the voices of all POC in the TTRPG space. We'd love to see you sometime. And tonight I will be playing Albert Adams, our junior detective. I am playing the sleuth. I mean, he could be stealthy, but the sleuth playbook. I am a young, persnickety boy who wants to solve all the crimes. Unfortunately, he's mostly relegated to finding lost pets and stolen lunch money. He also uses he/him pronouns. Should say that.
Fantastic. Oh my gosh. I'm so pumped, y'all. Oh my goodness. I love these characters already. Well, let's as we zoom on into the city of Peccadillo, which I consider to be like the Simpsons Springfield of TTRPG cities, where it's nebulously in the UK and also in New York and Chicago all at the same time. But as we zoom in towards our club that is focused on uncovering perhaps the identities of potential monsters, finding cryptids, but as of yet, perhaps a little bit unlucky for finding a real one. I want to know where y'all are at relative to the club. Are you in the club? Where in the club might you be? Let's start things off with Anna. Where is Rose Cardinal right now?
Rose right now is in, I think, the clubhouse. Kind of wherever there has to be a fireplace in the clubhouse, right? This is a rich house. They got a fireplace in every room. So she is in front of the fireplace, kind of 1 foot up on an ottoman, wearing her trademark hat. I think telling a story of one of her past adventures to whoever is there listening. Just kind of swinging. I think she has a fire poker, an iron fire poker in one hand, just kind of swinging it around a little too wildly for the space that people might be sitting in. Probably almost hits a few people as she's going on. So there I was, the stone pressing against my shoulders. I leaned around looking for the guards of the castle. Just as I hear them coming, found the trapdoor. Sweep inside. The door closes behind me just as the guards pass. Evaded them once again, as I always do. Creeping down these musty stairs, I hear ahead of me the sounds of battle, clanging of metal off of metal. I rush forward, hoping to find the Sasquatch that I've been chasing, kick in the door, and come face to face with the cook. I had found the kitchen. Navigation is not my strong point. I just do the technical drawings. But we'll get them next time.
Oh, delightful.
Mhm.
I imagine like perhaps some of the staff who are working at the club at another character's estate. We'll meet very soon, but they're all like just listening, hanging on every word, and even with the as you're rushing forward, everyone is like doing the lean in, but then when it's the cook, there's like a couple of them that are like, I knew it would be the cook, but you've got the entire group of people who should be working right now, but they're all enraptured by your tale. But from here, with Rose's tale being told, we'll pan over. Joel, where is Elle relative to the club right now?
Just across on a sofa, leaning forward, being like, "So what's Sasquatch? Was was it was it the cook that was Sasquatch?"
I think it was just the gardener. He has bad eyesight. You know,
Of
every
course.
time it seems to be that.
Gardeners tend to be kind of mangy.
The gardener's like, hey.
Oh, aren't you supposed to be working?
Right, you're right. My apologies.
Freaking weirdo. So then what happened next?
Well, it turns out that the hair in the pies was from the cook. Just poor hygiene. But
Yeah.
I moved on to the next adventure. That was once again the lead dried up.
Sasquatch still at large. That's why I fund this thing. Gotta get him.
We will one of these days. I'm so close.
I know. I believe you.
We've chased down so many leads. There are only so many left. We're gonna get them. It's a numbers game at this point.
And that's why you have my blank check. Well, it's
And
my
I
dad's.
do appreciate that.
It's technically my dad's, but don't tell him I gave you that. By the way, he would kill me.
My airplane's very expensive to maintain, so I do appreciate that.
It is, yeah. My dad's got like 2 of them. He used to have 3, but then something happened. I don't know what it was. There was
Things happen to planes sometimes.
They found it in the mountains, full of alcohol. Anyway, why shouldn't all of you be working? Wait, go work.
Yes, of course.
Go.
Now from there, we'll pan over. Logan, where is Albert right now?
Albert is not yet at the club. He is walking towards the club. It is after his daily junior detective duties of finding lost cats and dogs and returning them to their owners. He likes to unwind at the club, which for a young 16-year-old boy mostly just means reading the funny pages in the comics near the fireplace while people talk about Sasquatch, which Sasquatch isn't real. I don't know why we keep looking for things that aren't real. Not a real thing. Last week it was Mothman, not a real thing. I don't get it, but what I do get is experience, and I will be a better detective for it. The more I prove that they aren't real, the more I will prove I'm a better detective. And just walking towards the club, and I would say fully enters as the staff is being shooed away from all these.
I would like to do a little bit of a flashback then. Perhaps was there someone is there someone that you work with as a detective that you particularly look up to?
Yeah, I have a mentor. We will call him Nick. He is by the only person in the actual police force that believes in me, because I'm a young kid and I've made a lot of mistakes. But Nick believes that I have the juice, so to speak, to become the next, not Sherlock Holmes, but whatever the closest to our world's equivalency,
Fantastic. Okay, so then in that moment, like amidst, helping people find their cats, their dogs, your mentor Nick comes up to you and says, "You're doing a good job, kid."
Thanks, Nick. I try my best, and I will always do my best.
I like
Very
that about
nervous, very shaky.
Yeah, and he's gonna reach into a pocket and take out a little envelope, and he'll say, "This is a little bit of a secret assignment. A friend of mine wanted it checked out, but right now I'm a little swamped. Would you mind taking a look? Perhaps you with your group."
Within a second, he heard secret assignment. He grabbed it. It's like, yeah, Nick, I know I've made mistakes, but whatever this is, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it tonight. I don't even know what it is, but we'll be
Tonight is
fine.
perfect. Yeah. Okay. Great. I knew I could count on you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna screw up this time. Promise you. And I slowly walk backwards away, trying to find a shadow to hide into. He's got a little proto-Batman moment.
Right. And I'd say, like, perhaps, walking away. You might have contemplated taking a look on several occasions, but every time it seemed like there was something watching you. Someone's eyes, you could feel their gaze on you, and so it never felt quite safe.
Mm-hmm.
Until now. As you re-enter the club and as the staff are being shooed away, I'm gonna share a little handout to everyone. This is, of course, a little flyer. For my players, it'll be in our Discord chat, the one that we've been doing our planning in. For the incredible audience, I'm gonna pop that up on the screen real quick. Y'all, would y'all mind Logan, would you mind giving a little read?
Yeah, I can read this out here. Haunted Manor. Incredible room service. Home of the Top Hat Men. Beautiful balcony view. Delicious food. Book now. 31 Mountain Lane, Picadillo. So the Haunted Manor.
And I would say, like, there might have been some rumors about this mysterious figure, the Top Hat Man, that seems to appear to people randomly during the night. But this is the first time you would have heard of someone claiming to house said Top Hat Man within within their dwelling. In this case, the Haunted Manor, the kind of a bed and breakfasty sort of location.
Is this in my letter, or
I would
is this
say,
just
as far as like Top Hat Man details, that would be
okay.
something you would know. And the bed and breakfast detail would be something everyone would be familiar with.
Okay.
It used to be the Carlisle Manor, but it recently switched to Haunted Manor, and they really started pushing this Top Hat Man.
Okay. I will say, as I arrive at the clubhouse, I pull out the letter from Nick and burst in loudly and go, "Everyone, I don't know what we're doing or what's going on, but I have something that's more important." And I lift up the letter and wave it in the air.
I think immediately I'm gonna do the rich spoiled kid thing of just stepping over the couch, but like shoes on the actual cushions, no worries about it. Just walk over it, grab it, and just go.
Wait, I haven't even looked at it. Who said you can open it?
You just here. I hand it back.
Jeez.
I didn't read
respect.
it. I read too
Good.
slow for that.
Good. No respect.
I prefer pictures.
Okay. Hi, Rosie. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Open the letter. What do I see? What do my detective eyes see?
So, I'd say like looking through, the it seems to be a special request, from a give me 1 second, a Ronald Wrigley,
Okay.
who says, "Dear Nick, I need your help. There's this top hat man around, and I mean the boss seems very interested in this, and I don't know if I want to believe in it. I haven't seen the top hat man, but I need someone to get to the bottom of it, and I figure that you, with all your excellent history of brilliant detective work, you would be the right person for the job. So please, I need you to be very hands-on here. You specifically, please help me." Signed, Ronald Wrigley.
I read the letter word for word, absorbing every detail, and when I saw the words "Top Hat Man," my face visibly sinks.
Oh no,
Oh.
so bad. What's it say?
Hold on. We need to investigate the Top Hat Man.
That was next on our list. We were gonna do well, we did Mothman last week. We were gonna do the Chupacabras and then Top Hat Man.
I think we could skip over. I kind of wanted to move the dragons up the list as well.
Oh.
We might do the dragons after Top Hat Man.
Yeah, but the Chupacabras are like killing the cabras. Right?
Wait. Is that what chupacabras do?
Well, Chupa is to suck. I know that much. And I think cabras is like something. It's like a goat.
Oh, okay. Well, there aren't really any goats around here, so that's not an immediate threat. And this comes up from an actual authority that knows things about stuff.
Jesus?
No, not that high.
Oh,
Middle management.
Yeah.
The mayor.
Well, maybe it comes from the mayor. Ronald Wrigley. I don't know who that is. But
I don't know who that is either.
I just know that he's important because my boss was asked to do a thing for him, and my boss thought he thought all of us could do the thing, and I think that's what we should do, even though I don't think there is a Top Hat Man. I don't know why, but they think there is, and that's what's important.
I mean, why wouldn't there be? Top hats are a thing, and men are also a thing.
Okay, fair. Those two things are
That's
true.
a point.
But we must investigate.
Okay. How?
Well, isn't he supposed to be at a place? Who knows? Who knows this man?
If people knew him, then we wouldn't be investigating him, right?
Well, I don't know. And I guess I will recall upon the information about the haunted manor
Great.
being, yeah.
So
I know about that at least, right? So
yeah, so you could, as you said tonight, you could travel up to 31 Mountain Lane in Peccadillo and check it out if you wanted to.
yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to Jeeves.
How
That's
would-
the driver. That's my family's
Oh,
chauffeur, Jeeves. He's an old
Great.
man, can barely see, but by God, he gets us there really fast. Probably not
Yes.
safe, but we get there.
all right. I'll get you there.
Thank you.
And well, away y'all go. And I'd say you would note maybe after about 10 minutes of driving. This is kind of on the outskirts of Peccadillo, getting close to where you see like more mountainous terrain, a little bit more remote. And even from a distance, you see the Haunted Manor, once known as the Carlisle Manor. And this manor is it has 3 floors. You would note that there are decorative vines on the outside, as well as some intricate ironwork around the windows. This estate was transformed into a hotel by a Mr. Thomas Carlyle a few years ago. The latest iteration, the exterior is painted a tan color, of course, with that black trim from the ironwork. And as you pull up to the front, you see that there are steps that lead up to the main entryway, and above these steps, there are 2 balconies, one on the 2nd floor, one on the 3rd floor, with black iron railing, flowers, and other vegetation in red planters. But Jeeves, as he very narrowly misses a statue in the front of the structure, will say, I believe we have arrived.
I'm gonna lower the window just slightly and just poke my binoculars out. Be careful, there's steps. And
I think-
vegetation.
I feel my gut has now settled from being in my throat from being in this wild ride. I go, okay, that's good. That's good. Is there ground?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. And he immediately opens the door to fall out, spilling onto the ground.
Rose hops out. It's like flying in a plane every time.
Thank you, Jeeves. Wait for us.
Yep, you're welcome. Have a fun time.
Yup. What a creep. Okay. I don't see any men or hats.
They're probably inside.
That's usually where people are.
Now,
Yes.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I get up. That's all I was gonna say. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Rose hands the junior detective just a root of ginger. Chew on that. It'll make you feel better.
Is it covered in dirt still? Like you just pulled it out of the ground?
No, it's peeled, but it was in her pocket. So it's probably covered with a bit of like wool lint.
I love pocket ginger.
You know, as you do.
Yeah.
He looks at it. You know what? I'm going to establish that Adam trusts Rose's pocket ginger. It has helped him in the past. It might be a little full of wool, but you know that's just character. And
It was that one time we did barrel rolls.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. It was the only thing that kept your breakfast down.
Yep, pocket ginger.
Great. So, after y'all have collected yourselves, and as you enter up the steps, the double doors into the lobby, you smell candles, and you're greeted. Welcome to the haunted car. And you see there's a masculine figure behind the front desk.
It's a
His
man.
name tag reads Lee, and he's wearing a white button-up shirt. He's got a gray vest on, black short hair, stands maybe about 5'1" ish. But he's very clearly stumbling over his words. But someone else, a feminine figure, also wearing the same sorts of clothes, chimes in. Hi, I'm sorry. I can take over from here, Lee. Don't worry. And her name tag reads Tabitha. How may I be of service?
We're here for Top Hat Man.
Oh, uh, delightful. That means you would like a room?
No, just the Top Hat Man. Are we saying?
We don't have to. We have
Well, I didn't
official.
pack. Is
We're not staying. We have official police business. We don't need to stay here. We are here to investigate the Top Hat Man.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
oh.
hauntings are generally at night. It might be good to have a place to like headquarters out of, a base of operations.
I mean, home is like 10 minutes away.
I'm not. But why would we? No. Like,
Oh,
I'm not riding
I
in
mean,
that
it could
car
be
again.
7 if you ask Jeeves.
No.
he could get us there in 5, really.
Are you Detective Nick?
I am Junior Detective Adam Alberts, Albert Adams, and I am Nick's partner. He's my mentor, and he asked me to investigate the Top Hat Man for Mr. Wrigley, and I'm
Phenomenal.
here to do that. These are my compatriots, my friends. They help me investigate the.
I pay him.
Wait, you pay me?
Well, no. You're an intern. Nobody gets paid.
Oh. Okay.
I pay her, though.
Wait. Okay. You know what? That's just the junior detective life. You have to accept that you're being paid an experience.
And
So-
exposure.
You're
Exposure
exposed to
to-
a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
a lot
the
of
time we
weird.
slept outside,
Yeah. Got
it
cold.
was pretty cold.
It was.
Yes, that's why we're here.
uh,
Not to sleep outside. That's not why we're here. We'll take a room. Yes.
We could. Oh,
excellent. Mr. Wrigley told me that you'd be coming, so I could give you the 3 of you a suite if you would like, with multiple beds.
yes. One
yeah.
for all of us. I mean, one for each of us.
A suite for each of you.
Yep. 3 of them. And also, at some point or another during the night, put some food outside for the old man. He'll be fine.
Jeeves gonna come in.
No.
You note that she is writing all these instructions down. She's like, food out for all. Oh, all right. But Lee will take out a few keys and put them on the table and sort them out, and will hand you 3 room keys. One that is Suite 2A, Suite 2B, and Suite 3C, indicating, of course, which floor these suites are on.
I'll take 2B because it was meant to be.
I'll take 2A.
I will take the 3rd floor, so I'm closer to the clouds.
Excellent. You'll also note in this lobby, you would see that in the center of the lobby there is a large vase that is filled with flowers on top of a round wooden table. There's a black sign on the wall that reads haunted manor. It seems like it's fairly new. It doesn't seem to fit the rest of the decor. There are 2 sets of double doors that are propped open that lead into the hallway, and the floor itself is a white marble with a pattern of faux cracks, and there are black borders on the outer edge that extend from this lobby out into the rooms beyond. And of course, there are red velvet ropes that lead customers to form an orderly line to the front desk. This room is lit by fluorescent lights. And, well, as far as the sign, there is a sign that indicates the pricing of the rooms. It seems that the rooms themselves are 20 readies for the night, whereas the suites, there seems to be a special discount from 40 readies down to 30 for a night.
Is that each?
For each night, yes. There are also paintings of fruit, mountains, as well as some replicas of famous paintings. One of which I'm happy to pop up onto the screen real quick.
Oh yeah.
But this one is, and I'll send it to my wonderful players. It seems that perhaps, as a result of the Top Hat Man influence, whoever's decorating has really leaned into the whole monster interpretation. And so this is a replica of a very famous painting, the Mona Lisa, that is painted by none other than Leonardo da Vinci. But with this task ahead of you, Tabitha is going to provide you with a set of maps. They're very, very rudimentary, but we have our first floor, we have a second floor, and we have a third floor.
Gift shop.
Yes. Just to help as far as the investigation goes. But you have your keys, as well as some potential places to check out. So, at this point, what do y'all want to do? Where might y'all
Dibs on the
want
gift
to
shop.
go?
Investigation.
Gift shop.
Dibs.
I'll let you go to the gift shop. I think for Albert, he at least wants to do a full-on Scooby-Doo, which means walking the grounds and poking his nose where it does not belong.
Okay. Walking the grounds, like walking outside or everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
go ahead.
So
Anna.
we're all splitting up then? Is that what we're doing? The smartest thing to do in a horror movie?
It's not a horror movie. It's a Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
It's a Scooby-Doo. We just lack a talking dog.
We do have a Jeeves though, if we needed him.
Jeeves, our mascot, an old man who speeds and makes me want to throw up. Yes. It will sell well as a plush.
Scooby-Doo at home.
Right. So, I've got Albert walking the grounds. Elle wants to go to the gift shop. How about Rose?
Since it seems like we're splitting up, I will start on the
We can go
top
in
floor.
order.
Top floor, fantastic. Okay, cool. In that case, hey, why don't could I just have y'all roll a d6, and whoever gets the highest, this will be kind of like an initiative, even though, I mean, it's not like we're getting into combat or anything, right?
No fists to be cuffed.
Right?
6.
6. Oh,
I got
my
a 3.
gosh.
1.
Okay.
Starting off strong.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Amazing.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. So, as we split off, we'll start things off with L, then we'll jump over to Albert, and then we'll finish with Rose. And I'll keep bouncing through in this order unless we happen to reconvene. But starting off with L. L, you head over to the gift shop. And
I don't even wait for the other two to say where they're going. As soon as I see gift shop, I say dibs on gift shop, and I'm booking it down the hallway.
fantastic. Okay. So, as you step into the hall, you would note again the same white marble, black border around the edges, and the gift shop is just straight ahead. And within, you see a gentleman, again, same white button-up shirt, gray vest, and he has red hair, a little name tag that says Archie. And you would note, as far as the gift shop is concerned, most of their merchandise right now consists of top hats. There are these tiny top hats that cost 10 readies each that fit in the palm of your hand. And there are these larger top hats that you could wear, but L, you are why don't you give me a little culture and etiquette? The first
Oh God,
trait
I don't want to be the first to roll.
Let's go.
Okay. Hey, for those in the audience that don't know how to play this game, how do I roll this?
So, for only those in the audience,
I
what
totally
you'll
know this for
roll
them.
is however many points you have in a trait, you roll that many d6s. Every 5 or 6 is a success. So just tell me how many 5s and 6s you got.
Okay, so I have 4 culture and etiquette.
Fantastic. That'll be 4 die 6.
1 5.
Okay. With 1 success. You would note that these large top hats are very, very cheaply made. But in spite of this, there is a significant markup. They cost more than double of what a normal top hat that you would get just at a store might cost. These are about 40 readies a piece. There also seems to be a discounted section just in the corner where there are items that are labeled Carlisle Manor as opposed to Haunted Manor as it is now, as well as some old flyers as well, which I will share in our Discord for all to see, as well as in our on our screen.
I'm gonna walk up to the clerk,
Hi.
person that's working here, and I go, "Hey, guy,
Hey.
where's the top hat, man?"
Here.
I pull out a flashlight and just flash it in his face, as if it was like a detective moving the little lantern on. Where?
If you go to sleep, you might find him.
He's kind of creepy. Is he a creep?
I've seen him
in your room at night. You sleep here.
So before I worked here, I wanted to see what it was all about. And then once I saw him, I was like, I have to be a part of this.
And you decided to sell shitty hats for twice the price?
Well, I don't control that. Mr. Carlisle does, but I figured, hey, the top hat man appeared to me. That's got to mean something. It was just I woke up in the middle of the night and I just saw this dark figure wearing a top hat with red eyes.
And
That's it. I saw him, and then
oh,
I went back to
spooky.
sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened. I just saw him.
So wait, so hold on, and I pull out a notebook, a little, because I work with a detective. Obviously, I also imitate the detective. I pull out a little flip note and I go, so you saw a man in the shadows with glowing red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He was wearing a top hat. Are you sure it was a top hat? It wasn't like a fedora? Do you know the difference between a top hat and a fedora?
It was a little bit taller. Is that the difference?
How tall are we talking?
Like the ones over there, and he'll point over to the display.
Okay. Bad quality top hat. And then you just saw a strange man standing over your bed and just kind of walked away. Oh, sorry, just went back to sleep. Just did not ring any bells. No alarms going off. Nothing.
I was so drowsy.
Right.
It's like I saw him for a moment. I couldn't tell if it was a dream or not, but I mean everything else in the room was the same, but
Right.
Top Hat Man.
Right. Top hat man. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then have you seen? Have you seen it? Top hat man since?
I haven't, but I'm hoping to again. As soon as I can afford another room.
Oh, well, you keep working at that. And I'm gonna turn to the to the merch that looks like it's from before the top hat shit happened.
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean you note that the old flyer looks very very similar. They didn't seem to change much outside of adding some designs of top hats, and perhaps one specific line. But
Oh, dude, delicious food.
delicious food indeed. I'll jump back to you in one moment as I pan over to Albert. Albert on the grounds.
Yeah.
So, what is your plan of attack? How are you approaching taking a look outside?
I think it is. I'm on the lookout for skullduggery. I'm looking for anyone who is participating in suspicious activity. So I have a flashlight out as well. Realistically, this is the first time I've ever been out here. So it's kind of just like getting a lay of the land, getting an idea of the grounds. And I'm probably the first person I see, if I see a person, I am going to barrage with questions. That's my
Great.
goal. Like, I have single-mindedly go, who are you? What are you doing here? Where's the top hat man?
Why don't you roll me a d6 and I will see who you run into?
I got a 5.
Perfect. So, as you're taking a look around with your flashlight, there are quite a few statues, topiaries here. There is one statue that looks quite new, and it seems very in line with another piece of art that you've already seen. It is a figure that is sitting on a little pedestal with a hand up to their chin, kind of lost in thought. But here I'll let me just show that to everyone real quick. Of course, this is the Swamp Thinker. And as the flashlight shines upon this statue, someone steps out from behind it. And you see long black hair, mustache, a little bit of a goatee. This is a fairly young man, but he is dressed in a gray suit jacket, gray pants, button-up shirt. He's got a gray tie as well. He looks very wealthy. I mean, you've seen a lot of the clothes that L has worn, and there's just a certain standard, and he seems to radiate this. And he says, "Hello there."
I immediately put the flashlight not in his eyes, but like enough so I can see his face properly, and I reach into my coat pocket and I pull out a badge and I go, "Albert Adams, junior detective."
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Albert. My name is Dorian. I'm here on holiday.
Interesting. And he puts the flashlight down. Okay. Well, Mr. Dorian, was it?
Yes.
I am here investigating the one, the only Top Hat Man.
Incredible.
Have you seen him in his whereabouts by chance?
I haven't yet, but I'm very interested in meeting him.
Yes. What can you tell me about this Top Hat Man? What have you heard? What crimes may have he committed?
Would you roll me a little bravado and persuasion, please?
Yeah, I can do that. I have 3 in there. I have 3 pips, I guess is the word we'll use.
Fantastic. Perfect.
I have 1 success with
1
a 5.
success. Excellent.
Yeah.
So Dorian he contemplates whether or not he should tell you. But after a moment, perhaps his eyes have adjusted after being flashed in the eyes. He says, "You know, I think I can trust you with this. I'm a bit of an entrepreneur, you see. And I'm interested."
My own notebook, taking out notes. Yep.
Yes.
Dorian, entrepreneur. Yes. Okay.
I'm interested in purchasing this very establishment. If there is in fact a Top Hat Man, I think this could be very lucrative. I know that they're peddling those hats and whatnot in there, but I believe I have the capability to really drum up business, and the tourism would be off the charts.
Fascinating. Are you aware that the Top Hat Man may or may not be a criminal?
I wasn't aware. This is valuable news.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't know either. I was just told to investigate him.
Oh.
So I assume he's a criminal.
I see. Well, if he is, then I wish you the best of luck in apprehending this fellow.
Yes. What were you doing out here at this statuary of sorts?
Whenever I'm contemplating a business arrangement, oftentimes the other party tends to be very excited about my investment, and it can be a lot. So I figured I wanted to give myself some time alone to think, to contemplate, and it appears luck has struck me once again. If you do find any wrongdoings or anything fishy with regards to the Top Hat Man, would you please let a fellow know?
I kind of chuckle when he says fishy and looking at the swamp thinker. I go, yes. If I hear anything, I'll be sure to let everyone know about the dangers of Top Hat Man. I think he's dangerous. But thank you for letting me know about your business acumen and decisions. That won't do me good. I am only 16. But I do appreciate that you share that with me. It makes me feel better that people trust me with information. And now that I have talked so much, I shall take my leave.
All right.
Ta-ta!
All right, I want you to think about where Albert might want to go next, and I will pan over. Rose. Rose, you head up to. Did you say the 3rd floor?
Yes, I think as we kind of pan back over to Rose, she's on the sofa in her suite, finishing off a large plate of mini cucumber sandwiches. Because the other two are doing a lot of the work right now, and it's going to be a long night, so it would be foolish to go into it, feeling famished in any way. So she had ordered room service and is kind of finishing off this large plate of tiny cucumber sandwiches. Yeah, so we kind of see her there and kind of finishing off the last one and brushing off her lap and standing up, and it's probably time to go exploring now.
Excellent. I will say, since you went up to the suite, one thing you'll note is that the person who brought up the sandwiches did seem quite flustered, and a bit sweaty, head a little bit red, like he's been running around a lot.
Okay. I took note of his face. I embarrassed to say, a bit too interested in the sandwiches to dig into what may have been wrong with the young gentleman, but I'll check in with him later.
Great, excellent. So where would you like to investigate?
I think the first place, Rose pulling the map back up. There is the balcony overlook. So I think, heading over there and kind of seeing what the view looks like, looking out over the grounds, see if there's anything worth noting.
Excellent.
Are there any weird sounds in the hallway? Anything like that. Kind of
perfect.
Seeing what the vibes are.
I dig it. So, what I would say is that, and perhaps like amidst our little faux initiative, well, a lot of this is happening at similar times. And so I'd say you'd probably hear off in the distance your fellow club member Albert conversing with someone amidst a statue of the Swamp Thinker. From here, you would also see that there are a few benches amidst the pots of flowers, as well as from the 3rd floor balcony, there is a window that leads into the office into Thomas Carlyle's room, and you would see a gentleman with short black hair that's very, very short and tight to the scalp. He's wearing a black, very gaudy tux, but he does seem to be poring over a few documents by just the light of a little lamp. But beyond that, of course, you would also see the car that y'all had arrived in, as well as the receptionist that y'all had spoken to, who's carrying a tray of sandwiches out to said car.
Yeah, Rose kind of leans over and looks out across the grounds. Why is Albert talking to a statue? Young man needs some friends. She'll turn around and head back in. I will knock on Mr. Carlyle's office.
And when you do, you'll hear a voice say, "One moment," and then it sounds like a very hurried shuffling of papers, closing of a drawer, before a very quick shuffling, and then the door swings open. You see Thomas Carlyle, again wearing that gaudy looking tux. He's got a big smile on his face, but then when he sees the smile vanishes. Hello?
Mr. Carlisle, I am Rose Compass. I'm sure you're charmed. So I am here with a junior detective. We were sent to look into the Top Hat Man.
Oh, what a
Kind of
pleasant
investigating.
surprise.
Mhm.
I
Sorry, taking charge of investigations is not really my point. I'm normally out in the field doing things, so do you have any information for us? Do you know what's going on? Have you seen the Top Hat Man?
well,
And Rose pulls out a little notebook that she absolutely did not pickpocket from Albert the other day.
I'm light one notebook. Where did it go?
And Thomas Carlyle is going to say, yes, I sleep in, and he'll kind of gesture back. You would note that within the office, there is another door beyond that leads into. There's no windows, but he seems to be gesturing as though perhaps there might be a bedroom back there. But he says, yes, I stay here all the time, and ooh, Top Hat Man is scary. I tell you what.
I'm writing down in my notebook, wealthy but not wealthy enough to not sleep in office.
What are you writing there?
Oh, just taking notes. So you said Top Hat Man is scary. Can you describe him?
Yes.
What does he look like? What does he smell like? What does he sound like?
He has a top hat. He never speaks. I can't recall a smell. But I mean I've seen him on multiple occasions. Are you staying in one of the suites?
I am, yes, just right over there.
Your likelihood of seeing him is very high then. He
Wonderful.
likes to visit those in suites.
Wonderful. Does he have any snack preferences that I can leave out for him? Anything of the sort?
You should try to order our sleep aid tea. We have a special discount on it, but he likes when it's cold and when there's only a little bit left in the cup.
Understood. I will give that a try. I tried the sandwiches earlier. They were quite good.
Oh, thank you. Yes, our cook is quite incredible.
Mhm. So when did Top Hat Man start appearing?
Oh, who's to say? But could I have you roll
I would
a
hope
little?
you would say. Yes.
Could I have you roll a little wit and sharp for me here?
Wit and Sharp. What do I have in Wit and Sharp? I have 3.
Oh, fantastic!
Drop it on the floor. Yes, because you do not survive spelunking in the catacombs of Italy without a little bit of Wit and Sharp.
Yes.
That is 3 successes.
Oh my
2
gosh.
6s and a 5.
Okay, fantastic. So, I've got a few details to tell you right now. Based on the way he's speaking, it seems that he has probably not seen Top Hat Man, at least not in the way that everyone else says. And as far as like what he was saying with the sleep aid tea, he was insinuating perhaps that you should drink it and it might help, but leave a little bit in there. Additionally, I'll say that it seems like earlier, and I'm gonna carry those wit and sharp a little bit at the start when he seemed like he was disappointed at seeing you. It seemed like he was looking forward to seeing someone else, specifically someone else, And I would say that perhaps when you peered in through the window from the balcony, that he had a huge smile on his face as he was writing on a paper. The sort of like he'd smile, right, and then kind of look up, almost like he was daydreaming about something, and writing, and perhaps he was hoping that whatever he was daydreaming about, perhaps the source might have been the one to knock on the door.
Gotcha. Yeah, Rose kind of crosses her arms in front of her and leans against the wall. So, is there a Mrs. Carlisle that sleeps in the office as well, or?
Oh, no, not yet, at least.
I'm sorry. I'm not really available, but
Oh,
thank you.
My apologies. I misinterpreted.
Right. I'm gonna go. Thank you for your time. If we have any more questions, I'm sure we'll be by. Albert likes to ask a lot of questions. He's a junior detective with an emphasis on the detective. Very much takes that seriously. So he'll probably be up here a couple times asking you a lot of questions. But I will try and head those off as much as I can.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
And she'll kind of nod and turn. I do kind of want to hang out up here for a bit.
Okay.
I guess in my suite, if I can see, I want to watch for who comes up here. I'm just curious.
Oh,
I'm going to let the other two do a lot of their investigation, but I'm very curious about who he was waiting for. So I'm just going to kind of hang around, I guess, in my room if I have like a peephole or something, and just kind of watch the hallway and see who shows up.
Excellent. Okay. See who shows up. All right. In that case, I'll pan over. L, what is your next your next plan of attack? Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
I feel like as a jump cut, it cuts to me wearing a shirt of this hotel. It says, I went to the haunted manor and all I got was a shitty t-shirt. And I'm just perusing the old what's it called? I had it and then blanked.
The merch?
Yeah, the old one. The one that isn't for the now. With the weird new little flyer and stuff.
Yeah, like I'd say that taking a look through, would you mind giving me a little wit in sharp?
I am so good at this at one singular pip.
Okay, great.
And I would have had less if the game had allowed it. 2. So failure.
Okay. So like you're taking a look through, and like there's the big stack of the flyers, their shirts, and you note that the shirt looks exactly the same as the shirt you're wearing, except it says Carlisle Manor instead of Haunted Manor.
Gaudy.
There are no hats, but as far as like the discounted section, it does seem like a lot of the items here are priced incredibly low. And in this moment, you're gonna hear a voice. It's Archie, who's gonna say, "Can I help you find anything?"
No.
Okay. All right. I'll just be here if you need anything.
Well, actually, so can you give me my money back for this shirt? Actually.
Oh, kitty. Sorry. It's like a cat walks into the door.
Actually, earlier I was also gonna mention there's one in Anna's background.
Oh my God!
Right over there. I saw him. Look at him.
Incredible. Goodness. Archie.
Sorry.
Archie's gonna say, I'm not really supposed to.
Okay, but this is exactly the same, and like for like a quarter of the price.
Yeah, but I mean, would you give me a bravado and persuasion?
I am good at this. This is what I'm good at. None of those are successes.
Oh,
But
okay.
I
Oh,
will use my lucky break
great.
scene cue
Okay.
for the lesser useful of the two of the two roles that I've done so far. Finding something useful? Nah. For this one though,
Excellent.
I get
Excellent.
lucky.
And he's gonna say, "All right. I mean, I guess if he's selling the place, then it probably doesn't matter." And he'll like open up the register, but then he'll say, do you want to do you want me to give you the remainder and you can keep the shirt, like the difference, or do you want to give me the shirt back and I can give you a full refund?"
Mm, I'll keep the shirt.
Okay, okay, and
Yeah,
he'll give you the difference, um,
cool.
and
While he's not looking, I'm gonna try to bag the other shirt, the one I got from the bargain bin.
great. Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to, and perhaps like even in a way of providing cover, like you're looking like you're absentmindedly gazing at the art, and
Yeah,
I'd
it's
say
pretty colors.
yeah, absolutely. You would see, and let me share with you another little monster themed piece of artwork.
Oh, I'm so excited.
The
Yeah,
the persistence of memory
so
by
Minotaur Duppy.
yes.
That's amazing.
But yeah, you're able to get that extra shirt.
uh, Once he gives me the money back, I'm gonna look at him and say, "The top hat man smell like?"
um uh Chemicals, like
Which ones?
hairspray.
Oh, with a hat?
um you just, I don't know where it came from, he just smelled like hairspray.
And you don't use hairspray? Well, of course you don't.
Not while I'm
Okay, well, thank
sleeping.
you. Just go out the door.
Great. I want you to think about where you might want to go next. I'm going to pan over to Albert.
Albert has returned, not finding anything on the grounds too terribly interesting except for Dorian, who now I know there is someone with a lot of money on the grounds. Interesting. I think where I would pivot to is maybe the sitting room library.
Okay.
Kind of investigate what's going on in there, and maybe if I'm lucky, find a clue or two.
Great. So, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to deal with that in just one moment. I'm going to have, as you're heading towards the sitting room library, you see Elle, and both Elle and Albert would hear Tabitha at the front say, "Welcome back, Chad." And then a voice says, "I told you it's Tyler." And the both of you, perhaps panning over, looking over at the front, you're going to see that unfortunate face. One of the members of your rival club. Now, you've been in the monster finding, mystery solving business for a minute. Your rival club has tried to race you to the prize of either finding a real legitimate cryptid or uncovering the evildoer. Now, in this case, this group, unlike yourselves, this group has taken a special interest in presenting themselves as monsters themselves, as vampires. And you would recognize they hand out their little business card to everyone they meet, which I'm going to send y'all in Discord, and I'm going to show on the stream as well.
Oh no.
The blood-sucking group who has on more than one occasion been a thorn in your side, Bite Club, headed by Chad Pitt, but as he so insists on being referred to as Tyler Burden. And also in this moment, upstairs is where Rose is going to see the other member so affectionately shown on the business card, Edward, who's blinking profusely through as you peer outside your door. And on that note, y'all, we're gonna jump into our little 10-minute break. So, y'all are absolutely fantastic. My audience, thank y'all so much for being here. Y'all are incredible. And well, we will be back in about 10 minutes. So we'll see you in 10 to 15. See you then. Bye.
Bye.
Hey y'all, we are back on the Tales of Adventure or Tales of Initiative channel. Sorry, I'm getting too caught up. And we are rocking and rolling with Flabbergasted action. We are in the thick of a mystery right now. Of course, our rival club, Bite Club, has just shown up, and oh my goodness, things are about to get crazy. But before that, let's pan over to Albert, as I rudely interrupted your turn with the break. But please, where were you going again?
Well, I was going to go to the sitting room library, but I will take a moment to see the Bike Club members, specifically Chad, as he's there, and I just whisper under my breath, "Chad Pitt, my rival." And then I hug the walls, slowly trying to get to the library without him seeing me.
Yeah, you would see he's got his sunglasses still on, even after entering the manor. He has a red jacket on. He's got his hair up. It stands straight up. And he's not wearing a shirt under his jacket. You just see immaculate washboard abs. But he seems preoccupied with talking with the receptionist. So you're able to head over to the sitting room / library. And you would note there are cushy, large leather chairs. There's a fireplace. There are bookshelves upon bookshelves lining the walls. Wooden tables in case you wanted to do some more in-depth research. As well as there's a woman that is seated in one of the cushy, large leather chairs in the corner. And she is currently reading a book.
I think I will, to not look suspicious, grab a random book off the shelf and try to seat as close to her as possible without invading her personal space.
Fantastic. Would you roll a d6 for me to see which of my lovely collection of books you happen to pull out on the shelf?
You just have tables for everything. Jeez. I rolled a 5.
A 5. Phenomenal. So, just as before, everyone in the Discord as well as on the stream will get to see our delightful novel. Very fitting about a detective, a mysterious detective who during the day lives on 221 Baker Street and smokes pipe, has a brilliant mind, but at night has to hide his true identity. This is, of course, Sherlock Holmes.
I think when I realize what I have grabbed, I'm incredibly excited. I'm like, I actually really love this series. And I momentarily forget that I was investigating a crime, and I'm like, this is the one when Moriarty came and tried to kill everyone in Baker Street. That dastardly bastard. Yes.
Oh, wow. Nice.
But quickly. Yeah, books. Yes.
Yes.
And I look at the woman there, like, what are you reading?
You want to roll a d6 for me?
3.
3. Okay. This one might hit a little close to home for you because y'all had recently gone on a little bit of an adventure in search of this being. This story is about a high society woman who, dissatisfied with her marriage, embarks on a passionate affair with a charming officer by the name of Count Vronsky. This scandalous affair leads to her social downfall. But little did they know, she held a more terrifying secret as she spreads her wings and descends upon the masses in the critically acclaimed novel, Mothmana Karenina.
I look at it and I go, no, not Mothman. And I have a 1,000-yard stare that no 16-year-old should be capable of having.
Have you read this?
No, never heard of it. Never. Moth who? What?
Oh, I just barely started it. I'm enjoying it a lot, though.
Yes. Hold. Excuse me. Sorry. And he pulls out his junior detective badge and goes, Albert Adams, junior detective. I'm out here investigating possible crimes here, ma'am.
Oh, crimes? And she'll take your hand, shake it. My name is Dana. She's wearing a brown jacket, brown pants. She has a little polka dot bow tie on, mid-parted brown hair that it's fairly short. It probably just goes down just past the ears. But she'll say, "It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance."
Well, yes. Nice to meet you. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Oh, of course. I expected as much.
Yes. Dana, why are you staying at the haunted house, formerly the Carlisle house?
Well, I want to see the Top Hat Man again.
Again, you've seen him once before?
Yeah, I think I was the first one.
Furiously taking notes, Diana, first seer of the Top Hat Man. What crime was he committing when you saw him?
I mean, so, I was staying in room 25, and I hadn't gone to sleep yet, but I looked outside. I had just taken my sleeping medicine, and I saw him outside my window.
And he was a voyeur, then. That is his crime. He was being a voyeur.
I guess.
Yes. Would you say it was disturbing, unsettling, or creepy?
It was amazing.
It was amazing?
Yeah. How often do you run into a being like that? And she like when she says that, she's like gesturing to the cover of her book and to the cover of your book.
And I think he just like shakes his head like, more often than you think in my line of work, ma'am. Most of the time it's a man in a rubber mask. Or a woman in a rubber mask. Or a dog in a rubber mask. There's a lot of rubber masks.
Oh. And like she seems a little saddened by this. Huh. Okay.
Not to discourage, I'm sure this will be the first time I am proven wrong, and that it won't be a man in a mask. It will be an actual, just creepy man staring in people's windows.
You really think so?
I don't know how to say that without. I don't want to lie, because lying is bad. So I will say I hope I am wrong.
I hope you're wrong too.
I have more questions. What? So he just stared at you. You were the first person to see him. What was he wearing? What did he look like? I mean, he had a top hat, but was he wearing? Was he tall? Was he short? Are you sure it was a man?
Well, and could you roll a little bravado and persuasion for me?
Yeah, I think I have 3, but I just want to make sure.
Okay, because you
So
know that
many
she
things
blushes a little bit.
Okay, I have 1 success out of 3. So
You just had an immaculate set of abs. I
write
saw
down
that and I
immaculate
was
abs.
just overcome.
Okay. Make note that Top Hat Man works out. Good to know. Okay. I thank you for your help, for both giving me more information about the suspect and confirming his crime of voyeur.
Yeah,
I-
I'm happy to help.
Yeah. And when he is locked away, you can sleep safely without the fear of him staring at you through your windows.
Unless you're wrong.
Well, then you can sleep safely knowing that it's not a weird guy in a mask staring at you through a window. So,
Yeah.
regardless, there's a wait. If I'm wrong, wait. I think it's a guy in a mask. So if I'm wrong, it's a real supernatural thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
there's a guy staring at you. That's not. That doesn't make you uncomfortable at all.
Not this guy.
I'll take note of that. And with that, I take the book with me. I have some reading to do, and I'll leave the room.
Great. And as Albert is leaving the room, I'm going to pan up to the 3rd floor. Rose, keeping an eye at the door, you are going to see, of course, that member of Bite Club, Edward, who, he's blinking profusely, looking around. You note his eyes have this reddish tinge, but he is gonna go over to the office of Thomas Carlyle and give it just a little bit of a knock before he's greeted. It feels very much like a business relationship, but then the two of them will leave the office and head to the elevator.
Interesting. Yeah, the junior detective's not up here, so I don't have to be careful about crime. Once they're in the elevator, I'm going for Mr. Carlisle's office.
Okay, great. So, in this moment, I'd say that you get up to the door and you note that it is locked. What would you like to do?
Well, places like this, I think you know where I'm going with this. Places like this always have hidden passages, secret doors, fun stuff like that. So I am going to use my scene cue, secret tunnel.
Fantastic. Would you read that out loud for the audience's benefit, please?
Yes. If there's anything you've learned on your adventures, is that every place has a secret underground passage or two. Use this knowledge to find a hidden passageway or secret room in any building. So I would like to find a secret way into Mr. Carlisle's office.
Excellent. So, you would be able to locate a little vent that you would be easily able to pull off and access the ventilation shafts. And through crawling into our little vent tunnel, you'd be able to make it into Mr. Carlisle's office. En route, you do smell a chemical smell, like hairspray. But you're able to pop out of the vent into Mr. Carlisle's office.
When I tell the story later, it's going to be much more dramatic than event. Yeah, earlier when I knocked on the door, he slammed a lot of stuff in a desk. So
Yes.
just want to take a look to see what was in there. What's so interesting?
Fantastic. Okay. So, taking a look within the desk, and I'll say, with like the hurry that he was in, he didn't have enough time to be able to lock said drawer. You take out a a list of like customers. You do note a few things. That Dana, someone by the name of Dana, has a standing reservation, a year paid in advance. You note that Lee, the receptionist that initially greeted you, but was struggling a little bit. There's a resume that indicates like the skills, and none of his skills seem to suggest that he would be good as a receptionist. Notably, he spent a good 10 years as an acrobat.
Interesting.
And finally, you would note that there is there is like a draft for a contract of sale to a Baron Dorian Gray.
Interesting. I'm going to take notes as quickly as I can on all of this. I don't want to take it because I don't want it to be suspicious. I am very curious about what's behind the door. Door number 1.
Oh, the where he implied a bedroom. Okay. So, taking a look past that door, you would see that there is a top hat on the bed.
Interesting. Is it a branded top hat like in the gift stores?
It is a high quality top hat.
I mean, this man is wealthy.
Yes. Yes, indeed. This seems like the sort of top hat that perhaps if L were to go somewhere to purchase a top hat, this would be right up L's alley.
Understood. But he still sleeps in a tiny room in his office. I will kind of lightly poke around the room, but I do want to get out of here before anybody comes back.
Okay, excellent. I will come back to you in just one moment as we slide on over to L. L, when you emerged from the gift shop, you did see Mr. Chad Pitt talking to the receptionist. What would you like to do, Al?
As soon as I see them and I realize that they're here, I'm gonna do the one thing I do best, and is just hold on. Hey, stop that! Hey, stop it! Sorry, dog.
You're good. Perfect.
I'm dog
timing.
sitting. He just had to start not behaving as soon as I unmuted.
Right.
I'm gonna do the thing that I do best, and it's make everything worse.
Okay.
So I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna go to Archie, and I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna say, "I need one of your hats."
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna take it and just head out.
All right. You've got a hat.
Yeah. And I'm gonna sneak out the front door and go to the car to where Jeeves is.
Ooh. Sneak past our Chad Pitt.
Yeah.
Okay. As you sneak past, you would note that he seems to be trying to get Tabitha to join Bite Club. He's saying, I'm a real vampire, right? And he'll like show his teeth, but then like one of them falls to the ground. He's like, oh no, that happens sometimes with real.
I think there's a moment where L pauses, just kind of gets out of cover and just goes.
and Tabitha will like see that and just kind of give a very subtle nod.
And then go to Jeeves.
Yes.
I need you to put this hat on and run around outside.
Run?
Yes, well, whatever it is that you do.
Okay.
I just need you to be a top hat man for a second. Well, it's probably going to be longer than that.
All right. Just
Do you know what top hat man is?
around the outside.
Around the outside.
Okay. I could do that.
But make sure that you pass by the windows.
All right.
And also, can you open the trunk?
Yes, of course.
Okay. I go to my first aid kit and I pull out one of my hairsprays and I spray his hair. Okay. Now you're top hat man.
Okay.
Please don't die now. Later, okay? Not on the
Later.
Yeah, once I get home, maybe. But anyway, just go, run, be free.
All right. And he'll start to slowly amble his way around the outside.
I'm so proud of him. He finally got a use. And then I'm just gonna just scream, like final girl scream as loud as I can. Just be like, Top Hat Man, no!
Okay. Okay. Why don't you give me? I mean, this feels a little like a bravado roll. So.
What is this? Oh,
Bravado and persuasion.
I got 4 of those. I got a 6 and a 5.
Nice. Okay. With 2 successes.
Yeah.
When you scream, you would note that at the front, it seems like Tabitha and Chad both look to the front, but Tabitha looks like a oh my gosh, really? Whereas Chad, he looks like annoyed as he's looking around, almost like things aren't going according to plan.
I'm not the right person to know this information. I'm gonna stay hidden and see if anybody gives chase. Or chase, because they're gonna catch him immediately. The guy's like 100.
After a few beats, like the there's like echoes of Top Hat Man is here. You're gonna see a woman in brown pants sprint out the front door.
Does she look like she's stronger than an average 100-year-old man? Because I don't want her to accidentally kill.
Yes, she does.
Jeeves right now.
She does look stronger than a 100-year-old
Okay,
man.
I think Elle has this moment of pride, like, yeah, it worked. Oh God, Jeeves, and just starts running after the lady.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna come back to you in a little bit.
Yeah.
Albert. So perhaps as you were leaving the sitting room, you would hear rumblings of Top Hat Man, and then Dana runs past you out the front door.
Ugh. I have so much investigating to do in here, but I can't ignore the obvious Top Hat man that's running outside. So I will give chase of Dana to find Top Hat Man.
So as you start to chase after making that contemplation, you would note, like, I mean, Dana is sprinting with all her might, and you kind of know why based on your conversation with her. So you're maybe
Don't be so thirsty. Don't be so thirsty.
you're maybe a good 40 yards back when you see Elle emerge and run after her. Does that change any of your actions right now?
Hell, don't be so thirsty. Don't. It's not worth it. He's a voyeur. I keep running.
I think you just hear, "They're gonna kill him!" without context, just shouting back at you.
I'm just running. You're
Okay.
getting this Top Hat man.
Okay, so since in this moment it would be Albert's turn, I'd say that perhaps, like, after Elle turns and, like, yells that, Albert is able to get past Elle a little bit. So Albert, you would see, I mean, from behind, a figure with a top hat just ambling forward in a very familiar way, like someone that you've seen quite often around the club, and you see Dana rushing towards him. What do you want to do?
I recognize that gait. That's no Top Hat man. That's Jeeves. And I will try to stop running.
Okay.
And try to, like, stop Dana. Like, it's not him. It's not him. He's not ripped at all. No muscle mass on this man.
How are you going to try to stop Dana?
I think it's going to just be a good old fashioned, like, tackle.
Okay. So I could see this going one of two ways. Either bravado, as in bravado and persuasion, or creativity and passion, because of how passionate you are about this.
Everyone's too thirsty for a cryptid. Well, nothing is new, but I just need to stop this one moment. I'm going to use bravado and persuasion. I want success. And I have more of those. It does not matter because I got a 3, and a 1.
Oh, any scene cues?
Unfortunately, unless someone is hurt or I need to get the truth out of someone, or I could somehow use my extensive knowledge about law, there's not a whole lot that I can do in this exact situation.
Okay. All right. You try to tackle Dana. And the thirst is too strong. And what happens is, like, you go for the tackle, but unfortunately you miss and perhaps bounce off of some bushes as she gets to Jeeves, and she does stop in time. She's not going for a tackle, but she's hyperventilating, and she says, Is it you? And Jeeves is gonna turn around and say, "What?" And then she's like, wait a second. Can I see under your shirt? And he is gonna say, "This is highly irregular. Miss," and he's gonna like see Elle running. May I? And he's gonna raise his shirt, and she's gonna sigh. Not Top Hat Man.
I told you, it wasn't this. It was just the old man that drives us around.
Drives you. But why would you trick me like that?
I thought it was him too. I just recognized his distinct old man walking gait. You notice that when you're a detective, you see.
I see. Looks like I still got a lot of work to do.
Yes. I'm sorry to have gotten. Well, I didn't do anything about this. This isn't my fault. Why am I apologizing?
It's okay. I accept your apology.
You don't get to accept things I don't give. And he walks away in a huff. I didn't even want to. I'm going back inside.
Well, I will say there'll be a moment where you and Elle are face to face in heading back towards the inside. Would y'all want to say anything to each other?
You know, I didn't think it would work.
What were you doing? What's going on? What's happening?
I was just trying to distract. Oh, well, you're not Shad, but I was trying to distract Shad.
It is easy to distract him. However,
I mean, you're easier.
Yeah, well, listen. This girl is down bad for this cryptid. I don't know why. Apparently
I
he's
thought she was
ripped.
Gonna kill Jeeves. Ripped.
Yeah, he's apparently the real Top Hat man, not Jeeves, but the real Top Hat man, muscles for days, and a voyeur. So, sleep with your curtains closed.
Oh well, I heard he smells like hairspray.
Like hairspray?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, also, I think everybody here's a pervert because Archie also, like, woke up, saw a dude standing at by his bed, and he just went back to sleep. Like he's into that shit.
I don't know if that's necessarily perverted or a sign that there's a gas leak, which is bad.
He said he wanted to have that happen again.
Again, that could be a gas leak, which is bad. Notice the hair, spray smell.
What kind of gas are you sniffing?
Rose drops down off the drainage pipe on the side of the building. Did you say hairspray? I was just in the vents. They smell a lot like hairspray.
They're piping hairspray gas.
Could be. Yep. I poked around in Mr. Carlisle's office.
Do you think it maybe
there's some interesting things in there?
What was that?
It's a rat.
Well, we're talking. I couldn't hear.
Sorry. I was asking if it was a rat. Because he's in the vents.
No.
Oh, I don't know. I was in the vents. Just momentarily.
Yeah. Okay, I mean.
Yeah. I don't know. It smelled like hairspray. I found a contract of sale, a draft contract of sale to a Lord Dorian Gray or something. Looks like he might be looking to sell it. There's somebody here with like a year paid reservation.
Dorian Gray? Well, he didn't say his last name was Gray. But I met Dorian. He's in the... And he points towards the Swamp Thing statue. He's over there. Being a weirdo.
That's clearly a statue.
No, he was by the statue. Maybe is the statue. No, he was not the statue. We never was the statue. He's here right now.
Do you need me to pay your medical bills?
What?
Do you need me to pay for your medical bills? Are you okay?
I don't. What,
I put my hand against his forehead. Are you?
No, I'm fine.
Have you eaten today?
Yeah. Well, I had a snack. I could use some food.
Okay. Well, good luck with that.
Oh, the food here is quite good. I did see
room
Mr.
service
Carlisle
without me.
I did see Mr. Carlisle with Edward. I think they're together, conspiring. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I also saw the resume for what's his name? The really shifty looking
Archie
guy at the front desk. He's been an acrobat for 10 years. Not related. Don't know why that's interesting. Weird choice of career though.
Wait, the desk guy or the desk guy, right?
The desk guy, yeah.
Yeah, okay. The one that was like stumbling his words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's just used to tumbling so much, so he's.
Who are we?
Oh.
I haven't handed out any lucky coins. I need to hand you a lucky coin. I'm sorry, I always forget about it. But Anna, please take a lucky coin.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But the vents, we could check out the vents, see why they smell like hairspray, especially since apparently Top Hat Man smells like hairspray. That is weird for someone who wears a top hat.
He's also apparently
what I
very
said.
muscular. He's very muscular, which now that we know that someone was in the circus, it does take a lot of muscle mass to do all those tricks.
Yeah.
Things are coming up sideways. I don't know
I'm
where we're
also
going.
connecting the dots.
Yes. Good. I'm glad that you're learning.
Oh, Rose,
He thinks
here,
it
and
might
I
be
give
the
you.
best guy.
I give everybody a shirt.
Great.
Here you go.
It's like 2 sizes too big for me. I'll grow into this.
Yes, you will.
Okay. If we're done catching up, I will hand it to Anna. Anna, what would Rose like to do? Where would you like to go?
I would like, because I feel like we have 2 main leads right now. We have the acrobat turned concierge, and we have the hairspray in the vents. I think Rose is interested in finding out why the vents smell like hairspray. So perhaps going to, if there's this is the 20s, like a furnace or boiler room or something like that, to kind of go to the origin of the vents.
Okay.
If anybody wants to come with her.
I think at this point it is time to converge
Yeah.
and
Okay.
group investigate what's going on here. And I think that's a pretty good start.
Great.
I am also the local expert on hairspray, so I'll go.
Excellent. So
You can tell the vintage of them.
Yeah, this smells like a 2010 Maybelline.
I would say that when the 3 of you head over to look for the like sort of furnace room, boiler room area, as far as like the furnace and everything are concerned, it's all kind of compartmentalized into the area with the laundry room. And there you would see that there is the same man that was very sweaty, seemed frustrated when he dropped off your cucumber sandwiches. And he's putting like all manner of like clothes into a washer. You would note that amidst the washers, the dryers, there is a top hat that is sitting on one of these washers.
They just have those everywhere.
It is
They
a
have
lot
you
of top
everywhere
hats.
too, don't they?
Yeah, I just wish I wish he'd just hire some more people.
Are you the gardener?
Sometimes.
That explains
Also
the look.
room service.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ronald Wrigley. It's nice to meet you.
Ronald
Sure.
Wrigley.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Do you know my boss, Nick?
Yeah. Detective Nick?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is he coming?
We are the advanced scouts. We're scouting things out for him.
Ah.
we are.
Just roll with it, please. Just
Oh,
don't.
Yeah,
Don't
we are.
make this. Thank you. Don't ruin this for me.
You got this.
So yes, Junior Detective Albert Adams. This is the rest of my crew. Rosie,
Howdy,
Al.
I'm the sheriff. Lost my
El's
hat in a
not-
hat
U.S.
accident.
Marshal.
Sheriff
okay.
Marshal.
Yep, Sheriff Marshal. They outrank me, of course. Of
He's
course.
really pulled out the big guns. I see.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're scouting. I didn't know that we were scouting on your behalf. That would have answered a lot of my initial questions. So you are wanting us to investigate in the Top Hat Man incidents.
Mm-hmm.
I assume it's because he's a voyeur, and that is absolutely abhorrent.
Yeah, it's not how a business should be run. We shouldn't be encouraging this sort of behavior.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't expect this is where the detective work would be in this room. I thought we'd be going through vents a little bit. We have clues. We have collected clues.
Mm-hmm.
Hairspray. And I look at the other two.
Yes.
Yeah. And apparently the Top Hat Man is ripped, full muscles.
Oh. Huh.
You said he hasn't hired anybody else. Is the hotel not doing well?
I kept telling him he should hire more people, especially if he expects more traffic, but he keeps putting it off for some reason.
Could be because he's looking to sell.
Yes.
Looking
To that
sell?
Dorian fellow. Yes, there seems to be talk of selling the place. I've met the potential buyer.
And you just see like his there's a vein in his forehead that just starts pulsing. He's like, "Oh, no one ever tells me anything."
Oh, hold on. And I reach into my first aid kit, which I still have with me, and I pull out one of those little balls with grains of inside of it that you kind of just squish when you're stressed, and I hand it over. Here you go. You clearly need to, calm down.
Okay. And you just hear the straining of the ball as he's just
Gentle,
putting
that's expensive.
all his effort. You hear his teeth clenching. Yeah, it's a
Oh, do you-
lot better.
Do you know who Dana is?
Yeah, she stayed here for a while. She was the first to discover the Top Hat Man.
Oh yeah, that was the girl that was outside.
Wait, is this whole thing about some lady thirsting for some dude?
I mean,
She's paid for
unfortunately,
an entire year.
that is unfortunately
Yeah.
like at least 20% of the things we find are someone thirsting after a monster.
I mean,
does
some of
happen
these
often.
monsters they're pretty hot. Okay, anyway.
If it wasn't a guy in a rubber mask, maybe I'd agree. Also, this is not.
Very hot. I mean, just.
Okay.
I'm just saying, the werewolf.
The werewolf wasn't even wearing a full costume. It was just like on his hands, on his head. He didn't even bother.
He was hot. I thought this was a safe space, but apparently not.
I'm not.
I mean, I feel like if you're not going to wear a full costume, you have to be hairy. He looked like one of those dogs that you shave just everything but the head.
Yeah, it was weird. It was
that's
weird.
fair. I've done that to a prank. Do you use hairspray, sir? What kind of hairspray do you use? Do you use mousse?
No. I
Gel?
just wash my hair and
Deodorant?
comb it.
Okay.
Dana,
Sorry, it's just.
so Dana has the whole has a just bought up a whole year's worth of time here, which means money. You're having us investigate. Who else in the hotel would be possibly the Top Hat Man?
Batman.
And he kind of like furrows his brow a little bit, and he does connect some dots. He says, Well, there's the top hat over there that Lee wanted me to clean.
Former acrobat Lee.
Oh.
Yeah. He's the one. He's the one that does all the flip. Well, he can do flips according to his resume, right? So,
One would assume.
where's Lee at right now?
Well, he should just be at the front desk.
We might need more evidence, but I feel like we must confront Lee and ask a couple questions.
Do I? I don't remember seeing Lee at the front desk, do I? You mentioned it was Agatha or Tabitha, one of those two.
Oh yeah, I just emphasized them because they were having a conversation, but Lee.
But he
be
was
there
out
too.
front. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
An acrobat could be using the vents to get around. It was fairly easy for me earlier.
How big are the vents? Because this person's muscular, it would be presumably harder to sneak through, right?
Not if
Were they
jointed.
much? Yeah, was Lee like? Because acrobats usually aren't like muscular; they're like lean muscle.
Compact. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew this. I'm just checking.
do you think it's Lee? You could, and he'll grab the top hat that's on the washer and hand it over to you.
I'll grab it and inhale deeply. Does it smell like
And
hairspray?
this is what I was gonna do.
So it smells awful because it smells like three things. It smells like hairspray. It smells there's like an extra like cakey gel. It's like hair gel too. And also like a little bit of grease.
Yeah, she inhales. Oh God, it smells like that fish person suit. Here, smell it. She hands it over to Albert.
I'm not gonna smell it. I'll take your word for it. And hands it over to L.
I take a deep whiff.
L.
See, I knew L would figure it out.
Yeah.
What?
It's awful. It's horrifying. But I would say, like, perhaps with the three of you, like, kind of passing it around, you would note that there are three colors of hair. There's black hair, there's blonde hair, and there's brown hair.
It's like a rainbow.
Do they have to do shifts as top hat
Right.
man?
Maybe a hairball?
I think we have enough to confront Lee, at least, about this mysterious hat, the mysterious, I guess, hairspray in the vents, I don't know if we necessarily have to ask him about his previous work history, but it is mysterious, and see if he's ripped.
And then we
could do
rob
one
him for
more.
all his worth.
But
Well-
was that one bit? Was that the bit?
Nothing.
He's-
No,
he-
this is
he's
just my personal list.
He's a concierge. I doubt he keeps much money on him. At least not as much as you think. Poor people don't have as much money as you think.
This hat is pretty
Um,
fancy, though. I think.
Maybe Elle
Is
should
it
sneak up
him?
and smell Lee and see if he smells like hairspray or gel or any of these other smells.
Okay, I can accept that.
We're gonna stealth sniff him.
We can distract
You need a
him.
distraction.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my time to shine. And I just storm back upstairs.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is she distracting?
Distracting time.
Okay.
No,
Are you going to
Oh,
the
no.
front desk?
Albert, you're on sniffing duty.
Great for Lee. I don't even
Okay.
wait for a plan. This is not what I
Alright.
do.
You
I
would,
don't have the nose.
you would see him, like, Tabitha is sorting some papers.
Mhm.
But you see Lee, and he's got an arm propped up. His head is on his hand, and it looks like he's dozing off a little bit every now and then. His head raises back up. How do you want to approach this?
I'm gonna walk up to him and just wait to see if he notices me, and whether he notices me or not, I'm gonna just kind of swat his arm off from beneath his head and be like, "Excuse me."
And when you swat the arm, like the immediate reflexes where he's able to like catch himself, and almost like a little bit of muscle memory where it's like he goes into a little bit of a handstand before he
Okay.
comes back down.
I
Sorry.
will say it now because I think it's my time to shine. I am going to throw a tantrum,
Oh no!
which is one of my scene cues.
Hmm.
Thank
Would
you
you-
very much.
Would you please read that for me,
Yes.
for our audience?
As an aristocrat, you are no stranger to causing a scene to get your way. Whine, caterwaul, and cause a ruckus. You'll cause a disturbance and divert everyone's attentions to you. Your tantrum is so upsetting and uncomfortable to everyone around you that they'll do anything to get you to stop. Or perhaps you want to intentionally throw a tantrum to embarrass your. Oh, sorry, I don't know if that was necessary, but yeah, I just throw a tantrum and get my way.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, what is your objective?
I just want to keep his attention away from the sniff squad.
Yeah. I mean, he immediately is shocked, and he's like try. He's like, I just don't and he's stuttering over his words. His full attention is on you.
Yeah, okay. Well, look, you can take a week to say that, but before you do, I want you to know that I require you to do your job properly. Okay? When I
I'm
tell you
trying.
something, you do it. And then after, you can think. Okay? This is what matters. Me right now. Okay? You need to do your job. And I'm just berating him for not doing his job properly without actually saying what the job that he's not doing properly is.
Great. As you do that, are Albert and Rose doing the sniff?
I kind of shoulder Albert forward.
This is what you got to do. You got to get into the trenches. Okay.
Great.
And I walk up behind him and try to get a good sniff.
Yeah, you smell a bit of grease from his hair. It seems to be that's what he uses to keep it tidy. You'd also note that, like, as he's trying to deal with the tantrum, he one of his nervous twitches is he kind of rubs under his cheeks a little bit, and you note that when his hands come away from his face, there's a little bit of white, like makeup.
That's not a thing that you see on an everyday situation where that much makeup comes off at once. But it doesn't smell like hairspray. It smells like grease.
Grease, which was one of the smells.
Yeah, I'm just seeing where we are in the hierarchy of who is this top hat man.
Right.
And after the deep sniff, I continue to walk, and I think because I don't want to distract from this tantrum, maybe it's time to go upstairs and do some investigating there real quick, or at least wait for the crew to join me.
Okay. How about Rose as Albert heads upstairs?
Looking at Lee, what color hair does he have?
Black hair.
Okay. Trying to think how many hotel employees we've seen. We've seen Lee, we've seen Tabitha. What color hair does Tabitha have?
Tabitha has long brown hair.
Okay. We saw Wrigley downstairs. but we don't think Wrigley's involved. Have we seen any other hotel employees?
There's
I don't
the.
think you have.
Isn't it the gift shop worker? I mean, we didn't.
Oh, right,
I haven't
Archie.
That's
Red
Archie.
hair.
Mhm.
Yes, sorry.
Right here. Okay. I will after Albert does his sniffing, I'll follow after.
Great.
Just like hiding on the stairs, like looking down, like, get up here, please.
Rose kind of gets up and sits down on the stairs next to him and just kind of points to the people with the different colors hair that we found. I think they have to take shifts. This seems more and more like a ploy to sell this place.
Bring up the property value, sell it at a higher rate. This is nothing but a scam.
Because Mr. Carlyle, as wealthy as he wants to look, his suit is kind of gaudy and he's sleeping in his office. There's like a room back there, but he's sleeping in his office.
Well,
I do think someone as wealthy as that would have a property to go home to.
well, I mean, I guess I've fallen asleep in my office before. I mean, my office is just my bedroom, but that's besides the point.
Lives there.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
It's like even more sad than you falling asleep in your office.
I mean, I can't afford anything, so I just live with my parents. But
That's fine. I fall asleep flying the plane all the time.
wait, what? Okay, that's not right. That's not normal. Adults confuse me.
It's fine. You're high enough. You get high enough up. You have a long time coming down before you have to take control again. It's fine.
I don't think that's the problem. I think what I'm trying to say is, yeah, that doesn't sound. This sounds like a scam. We should.
I agree. There was a top hat in Mr. Carlisle's room, but it was a fancy top hat. He is a fancy person, at least tries to be a fancy person. I don't know. But yeah,
I guess-
this all seems like a ploy.
I guess we should confront someone about this and bring attention to it so that, well, maybe I should talk to Mr. Dorian. If he's going to buy the place, he should know that there's no real Top Hat man.
I did see, remember, Edward with Mr. Carlisle. He could be using them.
Maybe
You know, they don't have any dignity or anything, so they would probably be up for a scam like this.
They have no dignity, they have no honor, and they're dorks.
It's turning out just like that case in Portugal.
Oh yeah. It's still crazy that you just took me to Portugal one day.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't fall out of the plane, it's fine. You can come anytime you want.
As y'all are reminiscing, at what point, L, do you free this man from?
I have somehow gone from just berating him to segueing into just info dumping about whatever hyperfixation I have at this moment in the same level of tone. And I'm like, and another thing, when the book says that they talk in this particular place, it doesn't like I'm just going until I'm given a signal that I'm not needed.
Okay.
And I feel like I've forgotten at this point that I'm being a distraction, and I'm just this is my life now until I'm told.
All right. Do either of you give L the signal?
We're going to let her tire herself out for a few minutes.
Okay.
And then we will.
Well,
It's either this or you got to let her just run around in circles for an hour, and this is actually a lot more productive.
as the two of you are enjoying, you will hear two voices from behind you that says, well, look who it is. And then shortly afterwards, yes. Look who it is. And you see behind you, it's Chad Pitt, aka Tyler Burden, and Edward.
Chad and Ed.
I told you, it's Tyler.
That's not what your mama said.
Yeah.
Because I asked her questions because it didn't make sense when I looked in the school directory and your name wasn't the same. So I was just like, hey, what's his name? And she said that your name is Chad. So.
And like, he's gonna look indignant, and then both of you will hear him whisper, "Remind me to call my mom and tell her to go with the bit, okay?" All right.
Speaking of bits, what are you doing here?
Well, this is our first time here. We're here to uncover the Top Hat Man.
Well, too late. Stan, looking very proud of himself. We figured it out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Who is it then?
I'm not telling you. Why would I tell him? Why? Look at Rose. Why would I tell him?
Well, he did get you with that one time, but not since then. You've been very good about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you who it is. That's silly. That. You have to figure it out on your own. Good detective work. Come on.
Sounds like you didn't figure it out at all if you can't tell me who it is.
I'll tell you who it is. I'll show it when I have. This is the ploy. I can feel it. There's so many scams going on right now.
Rose will pull out from her bag a Sears Roebuck catalog and push it into Chad's hands. Why don't you go look at some furniture? We got a case to solve.
Furniture. And he'll take the catalog, and he'll say to Edward, let's go get a drink. I'm buying. And Edward, still blinking profusely, says, yeah, there's less fluorescence in there. And they'll head into the dining hall.
He really needs to get his eyes checked out. There's something wrong there.
Yeah, I was going to ask him what's wrong, but I honestly don't care.
So, I will tell you one more thing. As a result of the berating from L, Lee will, perhaps in an effort to calm you down, say, I'm sorry, I thought it was a tradition. That's what they told me.
What? Why would it be a tradition? What? Like, are you? Who told you? I want to speak to your tradition manager now.
Mr. Carlisle.
Bring him here.
I could take you up there, but I can't give Mr. Carlisle orders.
I can. Get him on the whatever. Get him here now. Go.
Okay. And Lee is gonna run to the stairs and go to run past Rose and Albert, bounding up the steps. And soon after, he'll run back down, and you'll see Mr. Carlisle emerge from the elevator. Who needs me? Is it Mr.
Me.
Gray? Oh.
No. Someone more important. Come here. I'm being told that you're the one who started this tradition and or passed it on to this gentleman right here.
And you see just this look of rage in Mr. Carlisle's face as he looks at Lee. And he says, it doesn't matter. The sale's made.
One moment. Guys, I feel like I may have stumbled on something important. You guys,
We've already figured it out, but we'll come.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a scam. We figured it out.
Oh,
Do you want us to
Scam.
tell you about it?
What are you?
Yes,
what are you
please.
doing? And as y'all are saying this, from the elevator will emerge the gentleman you spoke with earlier, Albert, Baron Dorian Gray.
And then as he comes
Scam.
out, he comes out. Mr. Dorian.
Yes.
I have news of my investigations upon the Top Hat man, or should I say men, possibly woman as well. But Top Hat,
the term is people now.
Oh.
We don't know. Yeah,
yeah, that works. Top Hat people.
person.
Yes. Well, what have you found?
I point at Carlisle and goes, he is scamming you into thinking that there is that there is a man with a top hat being a voyeur, which is weird. I don't know why you would do that. But it is instead him and his staff.
And Baron Dorian Gray is gonna look aghast at this. And you do know, like, he has a little briefcase. He'll crack it open, take the papers out, as Carlisle is gonna say, it's already final. And when he says that, you look at the papers, you do note a familiar name, because Albert, there was a case once upon a time where, well, there was a little bit of an insurance scam, and it seems that one of the parties involved as far as orchestrating this is that person too.
Wait a second. J'accuse!
My guy's name was Charles.
Oh no, j'accuse means accuse. I think it's French.
Oh, why?
Are
Why
you
extra
using
letters?
that? Are you using that French phrase book I got you?
Yeah, it's really nice. I thank you. You really expand my worldview. But yes, him. You are a known fraudster, sir.
And like when you call that out, Carlisle, he looks indignant, but he snaps his fingers, and from the dining hall, Bike Club run in.
Yeah, they're
And
snapping their fingers.
the two of them, they look proud. They look as though perhaps they've won. And in this moment, you do realize something as far as the hair. You remember black, Lee, blonde, and brown. Now, Tabitha did have brown hair, but it was long brown hair. Edward has brown hair, and our good friend Chad Pitt, Tyler Burden, has blonde hair. And the two of them go to Carlisle, and they put their arms on his shoulders, each one on each shoulder, and they say, well, it's too late now. The deal's done. What are you gonna do about it?
Wait, are you implying that you two are also Top Hat Man?
Yeah.
Well, that's impossible. You two
so
aren't
what?
men.
Oh snap. And with that, Chad Pitt is gonna come up to like out of anger. He's gonna come up to try to strike at you. Would you do
Hairspray.
Ah! How did you know my brand?
My first aid kit never lets me down.
But as far as Dorian Gray is concerned, and I'm sorry, I'm rushing this a little bit because I want to make sure that I get y'all out at the time that I promised. But here's what'll happen. Could I have each of you roll 2d6 for me? And I will give you a little bit of the result.
I
Can I
also
use?
have a few I would like to use.
Oh, okay, please.
I read that in a book
Uh-huh.
that the legal statutes around selling properties cannot be under fraudulent terms or preconceptions.
Oh.
So if there was lying done by the selling property or by the selling party, it could void out any contract made.
Nice. Okay. Fantastic.
Do you want our rolls?
Yes, please.
I got a 4 and a 2.
4 and a 2. Okay.
I got 2 2s, but I also still have uses of Lucky Break.
Oh.
I don't know if I could.
Please.
Since this is kind of, I assume this is the last roll of the
Yes.
of the day. Can I make both of us succeed?
Yes. 2 success. Excellent.
All right, I'm lucky breaking for the two of us.
Okay. How about...
I rolled a 5 and 6.
Oh, okay. That's a
Hell
total
yeah.
of 4 successes. So, as part of the Mystified expansion, like everything, the result, the overall result is determined to be positive or negative based on how many successes you get, based on how many clues you've obtained. You have found a good number of clues here. And you have 4 successes. My challenge rating for this mystery was 3. And so you were able to figure out the mystery as far as the Top Hat Men, and with your, I read that in a book, as far as the legal statutes are concerned. Baron Dorian Gray is not held to the price that he had initially offered for the property. In fact, going through all the records, he is allowed to purchase it for the extreme low price that it was worth before news of the Top Hat Man had surfaced. And he does. He does, in fact, purchase it at that price. Carlisle, alongside your rival club, are thrown in prison for committing this fraud. And something peculiar will happen because perhaps a few days later, you will hear from Dana, who will inform Albert he came back again outside my window. And she'll describe, it's like, I didn't see abs this time, but since you did your investigating, I think it's safe to say that it's him. I was staying in room 33. And the important thing to note is that when she initially saw Top Hat Man, room 25, the look out the window simply leads to the balcony. Anyone could have been wearing just a top hat, standing amidst the gardens. But in room 33, looking outside, 3rd floor, it would have had to have been someone either very acrobatic or very tall.
or very Jeeves.
I'm inclined to believe it was Jeeves pulling it.
Yeah.
A classic Jeeves prank.
Yeah.
It turns out Jeeves has been.
He has a,
Go ahead.
he has a harness and a wire.
Right.
It's actually me helping him because he's
It was the meet cute we all needed. So, on that note, I'm sorry we'll be over just a couple minutes, but y'all have been absolutely phenomenal. Thank y'all so much for playing. Before we roll out, I am going to pass it over to each of our cast so that y'all can tell the audience who you are, who you've been this evening, and where people can find you. Let's start things off with Anna with Joel on deck.
Yes. Tonight, I was Rose Compass, cartographer, and questionable aviator. But normally, I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG performer, producer, and podcaster. You can find me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Archival Dust Bunny. And I kind of stream all over the place. I do lots of stuff, so follow me on social media to see where and when I am. But if you like queer stories, magical girls, and finding hope again after devastating loss, check out Bloom and Blight, a Girl by Moonlight actual play podcast following the magical girl team Bloom just a few months after their leader Lily sacrificed herself to save the world. And we explore their grief amongst their responsibilities and relationship with each other, and it's a really, really special show. We have short, highly tightly edited episodes with sound effects and music, great production quality, so it's a very easy and fun listen. So if you want to check us out, you can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast and on social media at Bloom and Blight. And for character information, cast information, transcripts, and a link to our amazing community Discord server, check out bloomandblight.com. Logan's in it as well.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you so much for being here, Anna. You're wonderful as always. Let's pass it over to Joel with Logan on deck.
Well, hi. I am Joel. I was Al Brigante tonight, who I did not play her the way that she was meant to be. But I am still happy with how it turned out nonetheless. On the internet, I am primarily Joel Wrights with an OO in the middle. You can find me on AO3, where I post my original work. I have a story there called The Lake of Crimson Tears that is just done with the first arc or act, so to speak, that follows Jaime Narvaez, a Puerto Rican detective working for a mysterious federal agency as he investigates a local town whose lake just turned bloody overnight. It is my big Alan Wake inspired novel, so it's been an absolute blast writing it, and I want to share it with more people because I like it. As far as TTRPG stuff goes, I only really have Altered Echo Archives, which is where I am staff at. Recently finished we do Cypher games, and we recently finished Empyrean Rising, which was about a world where magic was waking up after a very, very long time of magic not being a thing, where I played a sailor pirate that went through a lot of physical transformations. So they're gender fluid. They discover that they are potentially connected to one of the deities and has the capacity to change their shape into whatever aquatic creature they want. It was super cool. It was a great game. We took down the government, and it was such a good game. And right now we're also running a game called Once Upon a Reflection, which has a group of people from the real world who are transported to the fairy tale world and are tasked with protecting it from some currently unknown threats. And my character is Senor Fluffington, who is a chihuahua in the real world and turns into a little wolf man that is 5 foot tall in his humanoid form and turns into a regular wolf-sized dire wolf.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a dire wolf, but it's tiny. And that game is an absolute blast. The other people playing in it are fucking amazing. We do that game every other Friday. We were supposed to play this week, but my roommate / GM is off doing business stuff. So it'll be 2 weeks from now.
Nice.
And we are also in the we are one of 10 people that got picked for the Monty Cook Cypher Creator Fund, which is super exciting. For Empyrean Rising's sequel campaign, Empyrean Wilds, Magic has awakened, and now our characters are setting off into the wider world to discover what everything has done to the world that surrounds us, and finish some loose ends we've got going on. It's super exciting. That's me. I've talked for far too long, but that's me.
Thank you so much, Joel. Oh my gosh. Let's go over to Logan.
Hello all, my name is Logan, also known as Logan the GM. You can find me on most social media as that name. I'm mostly on Blue Sky right now because it feels better than anywhere else. We'll see if that changes. I was playing Albert Adams, our little junior detective who really wants to do better. I have also had Riff Raff with me the whole time. He just loves to sit on my lap. Right now he's upset because I've been petting him too much. He likes to just he likes to just sit here, and I'm like, okay. You can catch me. Well, Anna already mentioned Bloom and Blight, where I play Wolfsbane, our little, twink Vegeta boy who rides a motorcycle and isn't afraid of anything. Additionally, you can catch me. I didn't say this earlier, so it's a good thing I remember now. I'm also on Entropy Emporium, where every other Thursday we play another Girl by Moonlight game called God Complex, where we pilot giant robots that are the corpses of dead gods. So that's always fun. There I play Chief, who is an old man who was like 10 days away from retirement, and of course, the guy in charge had to die. So I gotta come out of retirement. And like I said earlier, when we started the stream, I am also a member of Apocalyptic Unlimited. We are an all POC TTRPG collective that our goal is to raise the voices of other POC within the TTRPG community. Check us out if you're interested in either joining in or if you want to watch our content. We're trying to be pretty regular here. You'll be hopefully seeing things ramp up after the holidays. Everyone is so busy.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Y'all have been absolutely wonderful. It is my distinct honor, privilege, and pleasure to be able to play with y'all. Y'all are wonderful. And I'm not going to keep y'all any longer. We have to do the sign off, y'all. I remembered to do the sign off. So, Tales of Initiative. Are y'all ready for more tales?
Always.
Always.
Yeah! Bye!